All right, Jessica. Hello, hello.
Hi, hello.
How is it going?
You know what? It's actually a little bit cold here in Florida, and that feels so good to be talking about, what are we going to do in December? What are we looking forward to? And it feels like so refreshing and renewing.
Oh my gosh. I do like it when it gets cold in South Carolina, and it is very cold. And you can tell because I've got my little buttoned up sweater on and my full layers situation.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a like a happy time. Usually doesn't happen till February for us, but it's
Mhm.
like 26 degrees.
Oh, yeah, that
Full
is
on
chilly.
cold.
Little chilly happening now that we're officially in December.
Uh-huh. So you see my eyes darting around a little bit. We're not live on Facebook yet, but we are live on Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So we're going to go for it, but you might see me just looking around a little. You
Yeah.
guys, here's what we've got planned. Over the next few weeks, Jessica is going to be on every single week, and we are going to exchange our favorite 2025 trends for health and fitness entrepreneurs. So today I will come with one, Jessica will come with one. Next week I will come with one, Jessica will come with one. This week, in addition to that, I'm also going to walk you through the Black Friday offer that I am still running through this week because it is a huge big deal and you need to jump on it right away. So I'm going to give you all the details about that, answer all the FAQs. If you've taken a look at it and you need questions answered, please put them in the comments. And at the end, I'm going to walk you through that offer and answer all the FAQs. Do you have anything to add to that, Jessica?
Oh, I'm just so excited for people who are going to be able to take advantage of those things.
It is so, so good. And it is so right for those people who have felt like they needed to put it off because of money. There's absolutely no excuse anymore.
Mhm.
So, yay. And if you don't know me, I'm Kelly Coulter. I train health and fitness entrepreneurs on creating a profitable business that is leveraged so that you don't have to spend more hours in a day in order to make more money. And then I train health and fitness entrepreneurs on sales through social media so that your social media actually makes money for you instead of just feeling like a drain of your time.
I love it. Hi, everyone. I'm Jess Mauer, and I help fitness professionals and businesses go from feeling overwhelmed to feeling organized. I've also had the extreme privilege of being the Vibes Music Concierge over the last year. In addition to that, I work with a numerous amount of educational brands to bring certifications and workshops to fitness professionals just like you.
Yes, you do, my friend. You work with just about everybody. You're good people to know.
I get around.
You get around.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, with that being said, should we just dive right in?
Let's do it. Let's
You're
go
gonna see
ahead.
my eyes darting around still. I still wanna really get us set up on Facebook, and it's not happening just yet. So why don't we let you go first and you'll just see me. I'll go off the screen for a minute and play with this.
You dart around and see what you can get going. All right, guys. My trend for everyone that we've really noticed in the past couple of months is that people are leaving the influencers. Okay, what does that mean? People are going back and looking to spend money with companies and with businesses that have experience. Gone are leaving us are the days where it took just a pretty picture to be able to get someone to come over into your world. We're kind of
Oh my gosh, can I say hallelujah?
yeah, right. Absolutely. We're leaving this space of influencers being what people are searching out when they're looking for advice. We're going back to that area of like education, expertise, and longevity matter. And so, what does this mean for you guys? Well, this means that knowledge is power and that education is coming back to the forefront of what consumers are looking for when they buy. So make
Mhm.
sure that you're up to date on your education. Don't stall out here thinking, oh, well, I did my PT certification or I did my group fit certification. Nope. Now we're going back to specialty certifications. We're going back to workshops. We're going back to live events. We're going back to showing on essentially your resume of why you are the educated expert with that aspect of expertise in your field, expertise for your target market, and getting a kind of away from the flash in the pan influencer style. So my advice for you as you head into 2025 is start looking at how you can increase your own knowledge. And as Kelly and I were talking about in the green room, it doesn't have to be just in the fitness world, right? Like, look and see if you can take something about public speaking. Look if you can take something about mental wellness and mental resiliency. See if you can take something about marketing and kind of spread your knowledge out of 2025. Don't you agree, Kelly?
I do. And there are two things that you said there, just here in the end, that were really important to me, which is take some things like adjacent to your specialty. So if you're in the fitness industry, you might look at what things have interested you in the past. So like when you've gone to conferences, what are the sessions that you've tended to gravitate toward? That could be the beginning of a specialty for you. And then with that, look at more of those courses and then more of the courses that are kind of adjacent to that. And things along the lines of public speaking, performance skills, that sort of thing, super useful. You know, we've got inside the Healthpreneur Hub, Barry and Shay Kastabi are some of our VIP experts. And one of the things that they teach is all about on camera skills and performance skills for instructors and coaches. So, yes to digging in, yes to specializing, yes to getting slightly adjacent just to broaden the depth of your skills.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd love to hear from you, Jessica. How do you feel that us kind of digging in and getting more education allows us to stand out from the flash in the pan influencer types?
I think it really is showing that you're putting your money where your mouth is. And I think consumers are really interested in that now. Consumers want to see that you are upskilling yourself, that you have the latest and greatest information, that you're not just, at night YouTubing the scariest thing they could possibly do with you as a personal trainer, that instead you're really looking to take care of them. And so you want to think about your target market. What is your target market currently going through? What are their pain points? What are they Googling at 2 a.m.? And then start to think about how you can educate yourself or align yourself with partners that would really help answer those questions that they're Googling at 2 a.m.
So good.
Right. And what we've really seen in the elder population and elder generations, meaning like baby boomers and active agers and silver foxes and whatever else kind of names we want to call, is that they have a really hard time purchasing from someone that they don't believe is a credible expert. And so show that you're the credible expert. Talk about on your social media, in your emails, on your websites, all of the different workshops and certifications and things that you're doing. Show that you're doing your research, that you're reading books that are specific to that target demographic. And the more that you can really show that you are that trusted expert, the more likely they are to spend time with you.
So good and so true. And that really speaks to kind of the longevity of a true expert versus the influencer style. So I love that trend. I'm glad to hear that is happening.
Yeah, which is so interesting because at the same time, we as fitness professionals, we've really complained in the last couple of years that, well, no one bothers with certifications anymore. You can get hired, being a personal trainer, and not have a certification. And so we're really starting to see this kind of swing back towards people are actually asking, like, do you have certified fitness professionals, or are they specifically looking for someone who has that education because they want to know that they're going to be taken care of? I think that a lot of us are fearful of being hurt, physically hurt, right? I think we have this idea of, I don't want to go back to being stuck inside my house like I was during the pandemic. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to experience. I can't do that if I'm hurt. And I think we've gotten into this mentality of like, I want to pick the health and wellness that's going to make me feel good, make me feel healthier, make me feel strong, and not going to hurt me.
So the kind of the older or more specialized the population is, the more important this is going to be.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Were you able to get all the things live and running?
I did.
Good.
Yeah, every week, you guys, when we go live here, it's always kind of like a little crapshoot. I always get these little butterflies in my stomach right before we go live. Like, is it all going to align? Are all the pieces of duct tape going to come together in the network to make it work? But um, it's just more complicated to go live these days, and especially when you're trying to go live in multiple places at once. So, we've got to jump through the hoops and deal with the butterflies.
Absolutely. That's so true.
Okay. Well, are we ready? Should we talk about my tip then?
Yes, let's do it.
Excellent. So, my tip is to use let me say it this way, investigate the use of devices that allow you to share data with your clients in real time. And I've got two examples of that. So we're seeing a lot more wearable tech, of course. We're seeing a lot more lifestyle based tech. And so all of these things can be really useful points of information. And when you find a device that really aligns with the goals that you're working with your clients toward, it can be magic. It can be automatic accountability. It can be automatic course correction, right? Like real time course correction for your people. So I've just amended my script. I think I'm going to have three. Yeah, we're going to go simplest to most complicated.
Love it.
Okay, so simplest, I've had a lot of clients do this in the past, especially as like a premium level add-on to their services. So they'll make a program and then they will offer like a VIP level, which is Coach in Your Pocket. And the device involved in Coach in Your Pocket, of course, is just going to be your phone. Coach in Your Pocket would be a situation where you are again selling a premium level of access. This is not going to be something that you charge 100 or 200 bucks a month for. This is going to be like 150 bucks a week kind of situation. You're going to allow them to text you. Oh, I would not suggest calling. I would say they can text you. Maybe they've got Voxer support, so any kind of app-based support, Messenger, 24/7 support and access to you as the coach. That means if you are a nutritionist, you might offer them the ability to take a picture of the menu when they go to a restaurant, send it to you, and you pick what they're going to eat.
Mhm.
Or if you are and a mental health expert and you're dealing with people on their mental health, maybe it means that they can text you when they feel triggered or when they feel stressed, and that you can take 5 minutes and go support them and then go back to your day. So Coach in the Pocket just involves maybe an app like Voxer or Facebook Messenger and the phone.
I love using Voxer so much. I'm glad you brought that up. I feel like it's such an underutilized resource for people. So all of
Mhm.
us have those friends who leave us, podcast length voice messages. And Voxer just makes it so much easier to deal with your clientele and leave voice messages for each other. If you haven't checked out the walkie-talkie app Voxer, like
Mhm.
it might actually change your personal life as well as your professional life. I love that you brought that up.
Another one that you just made me think of, especially for people who are doing movement based coaching, would be Marco Polo, because you
Mhm.
shoot a little video and you send it. And so there might be times when they're like, okay, I'm doing your workout of the day, but I need you to check out my squat because my knees hurt. And then they send you a little video.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Okay. So that's Coach in Your Pocket. That was the first most simple level. I think up from there for me would probably be access to the Apple Health data. So get your clients wearing an Apple Watch and then get them to share their data back to you. Have you ever shared your health data with anyone?
I love doing challenges where you can share your activity levels or your walking levels with other people, whether it be coworkers or your clients sharing it with you. It's such an easy way to like get an overview.
Mhm. So true. So I've got one friend that I share my exercise data with,
Mhm.
and then we kind of cheer each other on.
Yeah.
But I've never shared like the full gamut.
Mm.
How's your experience with that? Do you go in and you kind of check like this person can see XYZ?
I was using that when I was going through a couple of health issues and actually sharing it with my doctor so he could see my heart rate levels. And it was
Mhm.
fairly easy to just choose who it was going to be and what kind of data was going to go out. And if someone doesn't have an Apple Watch, there's a ton of other different apps that you can utilize. If you have like
Mhm.
a Garmin, or if you have a Fitbit, you can run it through what's called Welltory. I learned this from my cardiologist. So Welltory is
Mhm.
another app that tracks like heart rate and movement and sleep, and it has the same kind of functionality. Makes it easy just to send people your content.
Very cool. Very cool. And you were also mentioning that some of the fitness platform apps, so some of the apps that we might use as instructors or personal trainers are starting to do that same type of two-way communication, real-time data
Absolutely.
sharing.
I know Trainerize is kind of leading the pack right now when it comes to being able to share content between trainer and client. So you kind of know as a trainer, what are they logging in their food? What are they logging in their sleep? What are they logging as their fitness? And you kind of get an overview of what everybody's doing in that one particular app. Man, technology is getting cool.
Yeah, it is. Every year I think we say it scares us, and then every year we're like, "Ooh, but I want that."
Yeah, this cool toy.
So the third way would be, um, how do I want to describe it? It's a kind of offline devices, not necessarily offline, but you're not wearing them. So it's not the Apple Watch that collects a specific set of data and then you're choosing what you're going to share with your coach. The example that I wanted to give is the Lumen device. So with Lumen, you're able to track your metabolism in real time. I've actually got one right here. So Lumen is a little device, looks like this. There's a cap on it, and you blow into it. And you blow, you take a big breath and you blow. I haven't used it in a while. Before a meal, after a meal, and you do it first thing in the morning. And then I think you do it at various times around meals. And then it tells you whether you are burning fat or carbs for your energy. So this type of device would be really useful for someone who's working with someone around their nutrition,
Mhm,
specifically if you were doing any kind of carb
mhm.
limitation. And you can go in and share your Lumen information with your health coach. So it's something where if you're a health coach, you could ask them to buy the device and then they share their data with you.
Yeah, I love it. Will you spell that for everybody? Because I know when I was first getting introduced to it, I had such a hard time understanding how to find
Ooh.
them.
Yes, thank you. I've got a little text shortcut, so I'll put it in the comments.
Perfect.
I've got a link to Lumen. I'm going to put it in the comments. It's Lumen,
Yeah.
and they're, oops, that didn't do it.
And it's a
Instagram
great
doesn't like my
device.
text shortcuts. Do
Oh,
you guys use a lot of
no.
text shortcuts? I use a ton of text shortcuts.
I do too. I have like my hashtag bank for certain things are all saved in there. My
Yes.
Yeah, right? With so many things. But with with Lumen, if you're working with diabetic clients, has I know has been like really eye-opening for many of the trainers that I work with, of like being able to help them really regulate, especially if they're find out that they're newly diabetic and they don't know how to regulate moving forward. I know a couple of trainers who are really loving being able to work with that kind of data and information.
It was really useful to me at the time that I was doing it. And I would wake up in the morning and I would really be able to see how what I ate yesterday affected what I was
Mhm.
burning. And
Yeah.
so that was really useful. And then throughout the day, just you can see how what you eat and what you do throughout the day affects your metabolism.
Yeah, it goes back to that, like, knowledge is power, right? And, like,
Yeah.
knowledge is power, and the more you know, like, everybody can go back to the NBC times of the mid-90s with the star and the rainbow. The more you know, um, the more successful you can be and as a health entrepreneur.
True
Absolutely.
story. Yeah. Yeah. You know, so this type of device, and I would love for you guys to contribute in the comments if you've got more like it that you have used in the past or that you've considered using. What this specifically will do is not only educate you on what your clients' habits are and how they're implementing the behavioral changes that you're teaching them about, but it can also educate them in real time about, when I eat coconut, I thought it was healthy, but it's actually shooting my blood sugar up.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I love these trends for us. We're looking at 2025 of knowing like, hey, we're going back to this kind of phase of like experience matters. The
Mm.
idea of guruship matters, right? And then being able to say, and I'm going to use this education that I've learned to help integrate with these awesome little technology pieces that you brought up, Kelly.
Let's take that full circle back because I would love to hear. We promised in the description of the show that these trends were going to help people grow their businesses.
Mhm.
So, specifically with yours, I'd love to hear when we dig in on education, when we get away from worrying about trying to be an influencer, how do you feel that that directly affects the bottom line with a trainer or a health coach?
I think when you have two options, right? If somebody comes in to looking for a personal trainer, looking for a group fitness studio, and they have two different options, I think what we're really seeing is like they're not looking at the number of followers anymore. They're rather looking at the content pieces themselves. And that flip over for you guys as health entrepreneurs means that your content can really speak towards the target demographic and you don't have to worry about the follower number as much anymore. We're kind
It's
of
like a smaller group is easier to activate. It's as long as
absolutely.
it's your people.
Yeah, because it's your people. It's in the know, like, and trust factor that is kind of
Mhm.
required for consumers to make a purchase is now really being amped up towards, well, do you have the experience? Do you have the knowledge? I want to make sure that you didn't just start yesterday. Or if you did start yesterday, it's with a ton of credentials to help you kind of
Mhm.
move forward and step forward into this space. People, again, they really want to know that you're going to be able to take care of their bodies as they progress forward with you as in
Mhm.
whatever kind of space that is. And so the more that you are able to have firm understandings of that specific target demographic, the better. And to bring up the point that you did about public speaking, confidence levels is a selling point within itself. If
Huge. It's everything, honestly.
I mean, people are going to look at the person who has their shoulders back and is really
Mhm.
open and warm and welcoming. That's the person they're going to gravitate to. So you could be the
Mhm.
smartest, most educated, have all the credentials and masters and PhDs in the world. And if you don't have the confidence to back that up, they're not going to choose you. And
Mhm.
so picking your education to really make sure that you have the presentation skills necessary to be an entrepreneur, I also think was a huge unlock for many people.
Amen. So true. So true. So for me, with my tip, I think that there are two ways that this can help you make money. Number one is having the tools to serve your clients better. So getting better testimonials, getting better results for your clients. Again, growing your confidence, your shoulders are down away from your ears because you know you've done it with 50 other clients. You don't have to worry like, are they going to believe me that I can get the results? You know that you can get the results. It's, are they going to commit to themselves and do it? So that's number one. Number two is some of these things can be premium level add ons, like we talked about. So being able to leverage your skill set and spend less time and make more money by using real time data, real time results, the accountability that comes with just being able to have that two-way communication throughout the day rather than having to like sit down for an hour every week with somebody could be everything. It could just really change the way that you approach serving clients. And not only are you serving them better, but it's taking less time on both sides.
Yeah, and I love the social component to it, right? Of like
Mhm.
that has this communication back and forth factor to it that allows for people
Mm.
to know that like
Which people crave.
yeah, and that you're
People are
paying
tired of
attention.
buying like those courses where it's just self-led and then they don't ever get any interaction with the coach.
So very true.
Which should be another trend. We'll have to make that one of our trends.
Yeah, we can dive into that more for sure in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, so any final thoughts? I'm going to open it up to you, let you give any final thoughts, and then we're going to bring you off screen. I'm going to talk about my program, and I don't want to make you sit here and just like nod your head the whole time.
Absolutely. Well, I think that come back and join us next week and through all of the Wednesdays in December, because we really are going to be diving more into the trends that we're seeing for 2025, and not just like the fad materials that we know are coming forward in terms of in the fitness
Mhm.
industry, which always happens, but really how you can kind of turn your business into something that's more organized and profitable as you head into 2025. So come back and join us. And we would love to know in the comments, what do you foresee is coming? What's trending in
Mhm.
your business right now? Where are you really seeing growth, or where are you seeing changes? Because that
Mhm.
aspect of this used to work and now it doesn't. I find that so captivating, and I love learning about it from other businesses, because that's really where we start to see the traction that's going to make the difference in your next year. So instead of thinking about it as like a
Mhm.
huge disappointment that this worked 2 years ago and now it's not working, look at it in a different way and flip that it's not working into how can we gravitate more towards what is working. I think
Yeah, it's like, how can I evolve my approach based
Mhm.
on what is working and how I want to build my business?
Absolutely. I was having a great conversation with a client yesterday of like, I know we all got really tired of hearing the word pivot. Like in 2020, we maxed out on how many times we heard the word pivot. But keep in mind, that was 5 years ago.
Stop it.
I
Stop it. It
know.
was.
It was. It's half a
Yeah, it feels
decade
like
ago.
yesterday.
It does, doesn't it? It feels like
It might
yesterday, but
always feel like yesterday. It's just like 9/11.
yeah, it feels like yesterday. But it's a great way for you to be like, you pivoted 5 years ago. Guess what? It's time to change and evolve again. It's that, and when you put it in that space, you're like, oh, you know, that's that's really true.
Okay, you've just dropped a truth bomb for me. Which I have evolved, and that's exactly what I'm going to talk about. So,
Okay.
Jessica, thank you
Thanks,
so much
Kelly.
for being here today. I appreciate you committing to being with me all month. I'm really excited to talk to you. And then, you guys, Jessica will be with me all month. In January, I will bring in some of the VIP group experts and some other guests. And Jessica has committed to coming at least once a month and being with us. So
You got it.
we'll
Thanks
keep
for
her
having me,
around.
Kelly. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. I love your tip. I'm definitely going to go look into a couple of those now, leaving. And then, hey, dive into your Black Friday. Good luck, everyone, and see you all next.
Hey, Jessica, one thing. Sorry,
Oh no.
I did not ask you for a Vibes music update. Was there an update?
Yes, thank you for bringing that up.
I'm
I
so sorry. That was like a major pivot. Let's delete everything for a second. Go back. Let's do the Vibes music update.
I love it. So it's December, and we have winter and Christmas and festival style playlists that are all available for you now. So if you are a big Christmas music buff, dive in. We have a really cool new album or playlist that's called North Pole Grooves, which is like lo-fi Christmas remixes. So if you're
Ooh.
Pilates, mind body, you do some balance and mobility classes, man, check out North Pole Grooves. I've been digging it all week. We've got a couple of new indoor cycling playlists as well. We've got Pedal Through the Snow, which is exactly what it sounds like, snow and Christmas style indoor cycling. If that's not your jam, I bet Wicked is your jam. And guess what, guys? We have the entire Wicked playlist ready for
Oh my
you
gosh,
on the
so
website.
fun.
So you can mix it all together, and you can be popular in the snow, winter wonderland style as you dive into December. And we've got some new artist collections for you as well. Lindsay Sterling, Kendrick Lamar, Paula Abdul, and Jackson 5 are all now available on the Vibes app.
So fun. Thank you. So good.
Absolutely.
Vibesmusic.app.
You got it. Vibesmusic.app. We hope to see you there.
All right, Jessica, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. All right, you guys stay with me because I do want to talk you through one more thing before we go, and that is the Black Friday offer I put out last week. So last week I told you I'm running an experimental new way to allow you to get the training that you need in order to grow your business from me and be part of the awesome community that I have built, full of business builders who are at the exact same level as you and have the same goals as you. That experience is called the Step by Step Business Builder Community. And I called it that because it is customized to where you are right now. We start where you are, and then I bring you through until you are at your first or your next 6-figure year and multi 6-figure year and beyond. So, my specialties, you guys, as we've talked about, two things. If you're at the beginning of your business, I'm going to teach you the most profitable business model for your specialty, your audience, your particular way of doing work. That is a lot of times that's programs and courses for a lot of my clients, but it's not everybody. So we really do look at exactly who you are and how you want to do work, and then we look at the ways to leverage that so that you are making money and also getting sleep at night and also spending time with your kids and also able to take time to do your accounting and all the other things that you need to do in your business. So that's kind of my level 1 in my trainings. Level 2, it's called the Social Sales Academy. Sorry, the Social Sales Academy. And it is all about creating sales on rinse and repeat. What are the systems that you need to have in place in order to be posting on social media regularly, engaging with the clients who are right for you, having the conversations that are comfortable and relationship based and service based so that you can bring in clients without ever feeling like a sleaze or a pest or without ever begging and bugging all of your friends and neighbors. So I've combined those two things into a monthly membership that I'm calling the Step by Step Business Builder Community. You come in, I have a one-on-one meeting with you. I find out where you are. I give you the custom pieces of the curriculum that I need you to look at. And then I meet with you again next week inside the coaching, and we take it further every week. So every week I'm giving you your next step. If you are in the program creation phase, that first phase of business, then you will be in one set of coaching calls, one set of curriculum. And then if you have progressed to where you have run your first cohort and you are putting your sales on rinse and repeat, then I put you into that second level cohort, that Social Sales Academy. So I want to show you exactly how this works in terms of, let me see if I can share my screen, and I'm going to show you in terms of how you sign up and what this looks like to you as a client. All right. Let me make sure. Let's see. Nope, that is not the one. Let's try that again. Okay, maybe I won't share screen. There it is. All right. So you're going to go to learn.fitprosconnect.com/SBS. You can see that at the bottom of the screen. And you're going to see the whole sales pitch about the step-by-step business building community. Here's the things that I want you to know. You're going to have weekly coaching inside the community. You're going to have 24/7 access to support. So just like we talked about Coach in Your Pocket, you've got access not only to the community at large where you can ask questions, but you've also got access to me. You can message me. You can send me wording on something that you're working on, or a lot of times I'll get questions in real time from people who are in sales conversations and they don't know how to handle something that's come up inside the sales conversation. I'm able to support you almost 24/7 in that way. but you've also got access to the community, and there's always somebody available inside there. So 24/7 access to support. Work reviews. Again, that's the idea that as you're working on something, you've got somebody to run ideas by. You've got somebody to say, yes, say it this way, or put a picture here in your landing page, or let's talk about how you're going to structure your program so that you're not going to tire yourself out by the end of it. Celebrations. We get together every single week. We celebrate each other. And celebration is so important, y'all. There's so many times that we just move on after we've had a big success and we don't celebrate our own progress. And when we don't celebrate our own successes, we don't know when we're making progress. There are a lot of times that you feel like you might be failing at something until you compare it or look behind you. And that's what a community like this and a coach like this can help you to do, is just see where your successes are so that you can double down on them. Mindset and manifestation support, so important, you guys. Mindset is everything in building a business. 90% of building a business is all about what you believe you're capable of and what you believe you're capable of building. All right. So you go to this page, learn.fitprosconnect.com/SBS. You say, yes, I want in. What that's going to do is bring you down here so you can see the Step-by-Step Business Builder Community is a $300 a month program. You can stay in as long as or as short as you want. I ask you to make a 4-month commitment because I think that's how long it's going to take you to really start to see the full breadth of results that you can get from a training like this. So I want you in the first month to be making your money back in extra business at the very least. And I want that to continue all the way through our training together. But by the end of 4 months, I really want that to be exponential. So I want you to stay with me for at least 4 months. You can see there's a 6-month price here. There is a 12-month price here. Now, here is the important thing I want you to remember. This, y'all, listen up if you are multitasking. This is a limited time offer. I'm only doing this week. This is kind of an experiment for me. How is it going to look for people who join in at a month by month level like this? So it's an experiment that's not going to last. And that's really, really important because a lot of you within the sound of my voice who are listening right now, you have investigated getting training from me in the past, and maybe the price point put you off, or maybe you just weren't ready to invest the time. This is going to be possibly the only time that you're going to see a monthly opportunity like this come from me. And it's really going to just be informed by how it goes. So if you have ever thought you wanted training with me and then you've put it off, now's the time. If you don't take this opportunity, it's the lowest cost you're ever going to be able to get in and start training with me. If you don't take this opportunity, I want you to just really have a deep talk with yourself and just decide whether or not you really want it. Because if you look at everything that you get, if you look at this price point, if you look at all of the support and guidance that you're going to get through the step-by-step business building community, and you still say that you want to wait, I would challenge you that you may be in the wrong business. You may not want it enough. So really consider joining. This is going to be a limited time offer. I'm going to cut it off at the end of this week. And I just would love to see you there. If you've got questions, please contribute them. If you've got questions, put them in the comments or send me a direct message. I'd love to hear from you. I would love to see you in that step-by-step business building community. All right, you guys. So I just wanted to make sure that I had addressed that because there have been questions. I kind of put that offer out late last week and I have been talking about it, but some people weren't super clear on exactly what it was. Send along any questions that you've got. That's the offer. It will end at the end of this week. And y'all, I will see you inside the Step by Step Business Builder community. And I'll see you next week right here back at the live show.